Parliament. We are here with Honorable Basket, who is a member for Yata constituency. We are here with Honorable Iria, who is also a nominated member of Parliament. And we are also here with Honorable Peter Salasia, Honorable member from Munias West East. Thank you very much. We will read a statement from honorable members, and after that, every member will be given an opportunity to say a word concerning the education of this country. All these members of Parliament are here because of education. Were it not for education, they would not have gotten an opportunity to come to Parliament in one way or the other. And were it not for education, they would have not also gotten an opportunity to come to Nairobi, let alone being in Parliament. So our statement is as follows. The government has an obligation to educate all its students who have worked hard to qualify for university and college training. It's official, every Kenyan is now a hustler, including the president. Hustlers have no money to even buy the expensive bunga, fuel, electricity, and now you are adding them more burden of paying for their education. The Kenya Kwanza government that has refused to disburse money to counties and declared CDF illegal at their Supreme Court is now lying to students to get school fees from CDF and county governments. While of the 2 trillion they collect from Kenyans, their leaders take more than 2 billion per day. At least that's what we know. They were taking the last 10 years, according to their former boss, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Junior secondary teachers haven't been paid for 4 months. Is the president saying governors and MPs are the ones to pay them? Averagely, no student enrolled in Kenyan universities, TVET, is from a rich family. All students deserve full funding from the government. Rich students are studying abroad. Those studying locally are vulnerable and very needy. The government has just opened another mega corruption scheme where poor students will be asked for bribes in order to get full scholarships. There will also be tribalism, nepotism, and cronyism in determining who gets full scholarships and who don't. Averagely, university programs cost approximately 300,000 Kenya shillings per year. Needy students are expected to pay 7% from their pockets, which is 21,000 Kenya shillings. A needy student can't afford even a meal of 50 shillings per day. Where will they get 21,000 shillings from? And what is the criteria of choosing needy and able students? This is where tribalism, nepotism, marginalization, and bribery will be the consideration for awarding full scholarships and not on merit. For example, if you say a person is needy, how are you going to determine the neediness of this student? Somebody could be having 2 parents, but both parents are not working. That person is overqualified to be a needy and vulnerable student. But there could be a person with a total orphan with no both parents. Such a student could have benefited from inheritance. But in the eyes of the government, that student can be classified as a needy student. We also have teachers in this country who have up to 3 to 5 students in various universities or other colleges. But the amount of money that they earn cannot sustain all these students in colleges or universities. How do you classify such teachers? So what is the criteria of classifying a needy student. Universities are in debt because top government officials are using universities. I have a dossier for all government officials doing business with universities and minting billions per month, which I'll release very soon. The government must pay adequate capitation to all our students and stop hiding in high debt owed by our universities. That is due to corruption to deny deserving Kenyans a chance to good quality higher education. All parents, students, and Kenyans of goodwill must resist this attempt that is going to fail, like the infamous laptop project for all primary learners, for all primary school learners. The new higher education financing policy is a money laundering scheme and will go in history as the longest con, longer than the long con. In conclusion, should the government refuse to finance all students, and this at 100%, we are going to give directions on nationwide demonstrations soon. These demos will include all Kenyans, because in Kenya, you are either a student or a student to be, a parent or a parent to be. And the demos will start in Rift Valley region. Thank you. God bless you. And I want to give an opportunity to my fellow members of parliament to comment on the same issue. Thank you. Let's start with Mheshimiwa Umi.
Thank you so much. My name is Babu. I'm a native member, and I stand here to present the youth and the comrades of the state. We will not allow this particular formula to continue to marginalize young students from poor backgrounds who have always been beneficiaries of the help. This is a clear plan to con them, and we will not stand by to allow that. Students of this country need quality, accessible, inclusive education. And when I say inclusive, I also speak for the deaf students, for the disability students, who have never even felt the benefits of tertiary education because they don't get interpreters in the classroom. Help has been one of the formulas where they can access funds to pay their fees and also pay for extra interpreters. As I stand here today, I want to also tell the government that these are students who also need support. And this particular formula continues to marginalize them. It is not fair. We are all here because of education. Any platform, any forum, any plan for education should continue to strengthen health or any other mechanism that will reach the poor students. This is a government that reigns on the backbone of hustlers, and it is not fair that the same hustlers are the first victims to be marginalized. Thank you very much.
Next is Mheshimiwa Basil.
Good afternoon. My name is Honorable Basil, Member of Parliament for Yate. To add on what my friends have said, without help, there will be no education for the poor. Even the head of state went to school through help. During time of Moi in the 80s and 90s, that was good. Now they are killing help. This one will not accept because this is denying chances for poor to access higher education. So we stand strongly to condemn this and to say help must be strengthened. Instead of having Uwezo Fund, instead of having ASLA Fund, they should have strengthened Uwezo Fund, which is duplication, and that extra money should be channeled to help, to support education, particularly for the poor. This country should not be only for the rich. The poor, most of them cannot attain higher education planning. If you look at the bursary that we are getting, it's so little. That is less money, it's so little to support the poor. When it comes to most of the parents, particularly those who are struggling during economic hardships, their only hope is bursaries, and the bursaries are so little, they cannot support kids or students from poor families. So we strongly say that the president needs to stand up and support help instead of killing it. So those who are misadvising him, please, we want to tell you, you should not mislead the government in telling them that instead of supporting health is to support or to come up with a new mechanism that will employ ethnicity, nepotism, and as a result contribute to education marginalization. So as members of parliament, we strongly say we need to have the previous health system maintained and strengthened as opposed to having a new system. So thank you, and I hand over to the new colleague.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa Irene.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. My name is Irene Mayaka, nominated Member of Parliament. I just want to say that the Kenya Kwanza government has developed a habit of reinventing wheels that don't even have punctures. They keep reinventing things that are already working. I don't know if it's an attitude of grudge that they have, because, for example, health was already working quite well. If anything, because they came into this government with a promise to the hustlers, they should have made it even better. They should have made it even easier for hustlers to access education. But when the president does a statement that says that now university education will be student-centered, which means that majority of the funds requiring for them to be able to study will go back to the students, it means that he's discouraging people from doing these studies. And in particular, I just want to mention, especially the medicine studies and STEMs and sciences, these are really going to be affected because these are very capital intensive studies that need a lot of practical education, where a university is going to get money to ensure that these studies actually do go on. Secondly, in his statement, he said that national government and county government is going to also put in some funds in terms of scholarships. But already we are faced with a situation where Treasury is struggling to even pay civil servants. Treasury is struggling to an extent that they're not even paying the vulnerable community. Where are they going to get these additional funds from to ensure that they can do this? In my view, I think this is just a gift to young people, to the universities, and we are really standing strongly against that. And I want to remind the president that he himself, the deputy president, our governors, and even all of us who are here, we are all beneficiaries of health. Why do we want to deny other Kenyans a benefit that we have actually been able to get and which has helped us to propel us to be where we are? Secondly, as my colleague has said, Uwezo Fund is another fund that worked perfectly for Kenyans. Hustler Fund is not working. Even Hustlers' Rights Fund, the hustlers right now out there, cannot even use that money to put a multibet. Because if that multibet ikiungua, it means their money just goes to waste like that. So the government should just stop playing with the minds of Kenyans and actually get to work and have systems in place that are working. Let's stop cheating Kenyans. Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Peter Salasi.
Okay. Mine is just as simple as young people who have been elected to represent the young generations to come. We have decided to stand with the young generations to come. And we want to tell the president maybe he's surrounded by people who are not well educated, and that's why they want to kill education in this country. And we want to tell the education, we have been having boom, used to have health, and if you are thinking that you want to remove, then it's like you don't have a plan. In fact, right now as we speak, Kenya is one of the biggest because it's outshining the East Africa, other countries around, because it has invested a lot in education. But now if you think of removing it, then it becomes another challenge. So we want to tell our president that he has to reconsider, because if you look at the example, when you talk of 45,000 students that you are going to give the scholarship in this country, it means that per constituency, you are going to have only 155. Like right now, we have been the capitations that have been giving are supporting to 80%. But you look at the bursaries when we are giving as members of parliament, those university students who are applying, they are over 1,000. But now you are talking of supporting only 155 to give them as a scholarship. And we know previously the government had a plan to increase the fee for the universities. So this is just a plan to lie to Kenyans that they are coming up with a new model. But it's just one way of increasing the fees without Kenyans knowing. So we are saying that we have rejected this model And as Mheshimiwa Babu has said, we are going to incite all the students across to reject this thing in totality. You cannot be removing all the subsidies in this country. You must also do economic assessment. When they remove the subsidies of the fuel, they must also look at it. What impact, what are negative impacts have we had? When they remove the maize and others, now they are coming back to the school fee. Universities have failed, not because of underfunding, but because of the corruption. Like in Egerton, it failed because we had one person who was there as the vice chancellor, called Toitok, who stole their money, the money that was supposed to pay to the KRA. And now he brought the challenges in Egerton up to today. So that one should not be made to other universities that are enjoying. So we are just saying that, President, if you are not willing, you want just to other Kenyans to be like those people who are surrounding you, we are saying that no, that one we have refused, we have refused, we have refused.
Lastly, I want to give an advice to now the placement must also take place because we are delaying on that process too. And lastly, I want to advise the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto, that a foolish leader surrounded or being advised by intelligent people becomes an intelligent leader. But an intelligent leader being advised by fools becomes a foolish leader. What you do that with that information is up to you. Thank you. Any question? It's really good advice.